So this is the Nike Air Zoom Vomero 5 in Cavestone colourway, and I bought this pair mainly for work really. Just kind of find that I'm going into commute for work and just basically thrashing through quite a few sneakers. So this one I picked up for £50, which is really cheap and kind of unheard of for, especially for a Vomero, because they're still popular. Not maybe as popular as like a Euro or so ago, but still popular amongst the crowd. And the Vomero 5 was originally released in 2016, and it was made as a running shoe. And it's got that kind of 2K runner aesthetics, obviously coming out in 2016, and it's been labelled that, and you can usually with like runner aesthetics that have like kind of wavy lines going everywhere, and also that kind of metallic silver colour, which this one does kind of have, but also being almost like a runner type sneaker. And with the details, it comes in a cavestone and metallic silver, so I'm imagining the metallic silver they're referring to is on here. It's like this sort of print, and I think that is reflective as well, and also on the swoosh. And this has Zoom Air units in the heel and also in the forefoot, and then it's also using Cushlon midsole as well, so which is I think quite a nice different types of tech. And usually what I find with any sort of Zoom Air units, they can feel sometimes a bit too sort of firm on foot, whilst this one you're not going to feel it so much. The Cushlon midsole makes the experience a lot more sort of softer. And this has a rubber outsole as well that you can see here, and it's using the iconic waffle pattern from Nike, and it works very, very well in my opinion, especially on this particular pair. And the upper is pretty much made of all synthetic materials. There's nothing special going on, but neither should there be for a runner. And the original price for these is £145. With the comfort and sizing, these are on the softer medium side. They kind of feel similar to I guess an Asics Gel 1130, but slightly more I guess better than those, or maybe significantly better than those, and quite sort of lightweight as well, but they feel supportive but also soft at the same time, and just feel overall very nice on foot that you can sort of wear them pretty much all day. And being a runner, it's got good sort of neutral arch support. You can see that in there. It's not too much sort of, I suppose, arch kind of contour shape going on, but it supports you enough, I feel, and quite sort of flat as well at the same time. No wear and time with these. They're good to go out the box. They're just very flexible in my opinion, and I think the more you wear them, the more they loosen up, so I'm quite happy with them. And I do recommend going true to size. I think on the women's pairs I found that they do give you sort of pinky toe issues, and they start hurting a lot for me anyway there, and you can't do much about those, but this one seems to be fine. As soon as I put them on, there's no issues, so I'd imagine it's going to sort of stay that way. And this has sort of great traction, like I said, because it's got the waffle pattern on there. It works really, really well, and it's not the most hard wearing, because I had another pair of Vomeros, but that's the ones that sort of burnt through, which was the I think the original Panda colourway that came out. So with the look and style, it's got that sort of wintry colour to it, being brown, and with like the metallic sort of hits on there. I think it's got that cool sort of look, but also understated look. And these ones are good for sort of spring summer. Not to say that you can wear them autumn winter, but just bear in mind they've got a lot of breathability. So yeah, I'll be wearing them during spring summertime to go to work. And that's the reason why I bought them. They're a good sort of casual and smart casual sneaker. You can actually probably get away with these ones wearing them with trousers. Some of the Y2K trainers where you've got a lot of silver or white on there, they're probably slightly a bit too loud to kind of get away in wearing sort of more sort of formal, smarter environments. And these ones come with brown laces, but you could probably put in like grey or like some sail laces as well. I think that would work, especially with this particular sneaker. So with the final thoughts, I do like the dark colours on this. I think it works well. The Vomeros in general, they work well, I think, and this one, because it's got the silver swoosh, makes it kind of stand out a bit more. And same with these iridescent hits that's on there. In terms of comfort, I think they're really comfortable on foot. Vomeros is one of my go-to sneakers, and I do like wearing them, especially at the moment. And again, they feel lightweight and no sort of pressure points anywhere. With the cons, I think the cost is on the high side, £145. You do get a lot of tech in there, but I still feel like Y2K sneakers in general, they have a slightly more premium price because obviously they're in demand. So with the ratings, I'm going to look and start at 4. It's not the perfect look. I think there's other ones that are out there. I have like the I can't remember the name of them now, but it's like the silver black pair with the glow in the dark hits. That pair is probably like the ultimate colourway in my opinion. And then there's a few others, sort of the made in Japan one, and then a few of the sort of silver photon dust colourway, which I did have a pair of, but they were bit tight on me because being women's shoes. With the comfort, I'm going to go with a 5. Vomeros in general are one of the, like I said, go-to sneakers for me. I just find them very, very comfortable for wear them all day. And same with the quality, I'm going to go with a 4. I think overall the quality on them is good enough, but it's not going to be anything amazing, and neither should it be. And same for the pricing as well. They're probably priced at slightly too high, but other than that, you know, I'm not going to complain too much because I picked these ones up for £50. And that's why overall, I'm going to give these ones a score of 4. You know, if you're after a pair of Vomeros, I'm sure you can pick up a pair on sale, especially like nowadays where they're starting to go on the downward trend, in my opinion. But you know, I still feel like they're better option versus other trainers in particular, such as the Kayano 14 or even some of the New Balance ones at that sort of price range. I think the only other one that I like is the 1906R, but some of the other ones I'm not that much of a fan of, you know, from Asics and stuff. But overall, a clean sneaker, definitely worth grabbing if you're after a Vomero 5 and you want to be a bit understated.